Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your man Pristine back with another video. Welcome to the Pristine review for the Motorola Z2 Play. Now, I've been having a lot of fun with this device. This is actually one of my favorite devices right now. One of the main reasons is because of the Moto mods. The modularity functionality with this phone are amazing. Now, sadly, I haven't purchased any of the mods yet, but I've been playing around with them in different stores where they have mods available for you to connect to your device so you can kind of see how those things function. And so I definitely do plan on making a couple of purchases for the Moto mods to play with this device. So stay tuned for those. Once I get my hands on some of those, then I'll show them here on the channel. But for now, let's get underway with the review. So just real quickly, want to talk about the specs really quickly. This is a 5.5 Full HD Super AMOLED display, 1080p by 1920 pixels, 401 ppi pixel density. We're running Android 7.1.1 Nougat fresh out of the box. We've got a Snapdragon 626 processor, not the 625. So the 626 is a new processor, and I had it wrong when I did the unboxing video. I said the 625, but this is the Snapdragon 626, 2.2 gigahertz octa-core CPU with an Adreno 506. 32 gigs of onboard storage that can be expanded up to 256 gigs. This is a dual nano SIM setup, or you can have a nano SIM and an SD card for memory expansion. We do have NFC on board. We've got a 5 megapixel selfie camera, 12 megapixel rear shooter, and we've got a 3000 milliamp hour non-removable battery. All right, so those are the key specs right there. Now, as far as the performance beast on this device. I mean, the 626 with the 3 gigs of RAM that it comes with, no lag at all whatsoever. Sorry about that, y'all. No lag at all whatsoever, even when trying to get this phone to stutter. It will not stutter. That 626 processor is buttery smooth, coupled with that 3 gigs of RAM. Battery life is just amazing on this particular device, even without the battery expansion of a Moto mod. Okay, so I know that the battery is a little smaller than the battery that was in the Z2 Play, or that was in the Z Play of 2016, but the battery is really good. The 625 processor is still a battery optimization beast. Okay, so no problems at all with the performance at all whatsoever. I mean, you see how I'm just scrolling through things, buttery smooth, just like a hot knife through butter. No lag at all whatsoever. All right. I am connected to my 4G LTE network under Verizon. Google Suite. You see how things just pop right up for you. Okay. Buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. Ah, I need to read that. Okay. Just open up a few apps real quick, just to give you guys an idea. Okay. Now you guys notice that I am taking full advantage of the full screen. I have no buttons, the back recents or back home or recents button. Now I can program those to be on the screen, but the front-facing fingerprint sensor right here has touch gestures, and so pretty much all the functionality of those 3 buttons across the bottom screen, the bottom navigation screen, you can do with these buttons here. Okay, so long press it to activate Google Now. Swipe to the left to go back. If you're in an app, which we'll just go to Play Movie. And this is a pretty content-heavy app. If I want to go back, I just swipe to the left, and that takes me back. So that's a nice feature right there, because I know that on certain apps, you know, that little nav bar that has those 3 buttons on it, you know, it can take up a little screen real estate. Well, now if you don't want that to be the case, you don't have to have it be the case. You can, you know, choose to just navigate just with the fingerprint sensor here. And I love this fingerprint sensor. It works 100% of the time, because you could also lock the device with a press, just as you can with tapping it to unlock. I like that. I really like that feature a lot. So again, the performance, stellar. I haven't had any problems whatsoever Everything's been buttery smooth. This phone does exactly what I needed to do in an extremely timely fashion. Okay, now, the build. Corning Gorilla Glass 4 on the front. Very premium design. This is a metal unibody design. Okay, it's not the glass that it was last year. And that's a good thing. It's not heavy. This is one of the lightest phones that I've ever held. It's extremely lightweight in my hand. Okay, very easy to grasp. You see that it's curved around the edges. Now it's a flat phone. You see what I mean? Now, with the exception, if you turn it to the side, you've got that little camera hump right there. But sadly, a style mod did not come in the box like they did in the 2016 versions of these devices. But you will see just how thin this phone is. This is my BlackBerry Q1. And you know what, maybe I'll do a phone comparison with these two as well, because this has the 626 processor, this has the 625. So I'm curious to know if there's any difference in the performance, but I just want to give you guys an idea really quickly of just how thin the Play is. If you take a look at that, and then you see the difference there. So, you know, the Z2 Play is a very thin, lightweight device. Definitely put a case on it and a screen protector. Now, you know, the materials that it's made with, I mean, I can easily grip it in my hand with no problems at all whatsoever. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out. I understand that it's a unibody design. We've got the pins there for the Moto mods. That's where information is transferred between the Moto mod and the actual device, just to give you the functionality that the Moto mod provides. Very, very slick. Motorola, they're making a killing, you know, with these Moto mod features, man. I mean, they're just so pricey. I wish they would, you know, come down on the price for some of them. But I tested that Hasselblad camera. Oh, man. 10 times zoom, and you're talking about crystal clear photography. Crystal clear photography. I mean, the JBL speaker mod. Oh, my goodness. I was in a Verizon store the other day, and it was quiet. They didn't have any music playing. You know, I connected that JBL speaker mod, the new one, and the only difference with the new one and the old one, they're the same price, they're $80, is the new one is waterproof. It's water resistant. And they changed the design a little bit. They made it a little bit more stylish looking. But besides that, they're the same price, no different. So you have the option now if you want a waterproof mod or a non-waterproof mod. Either way, the sound is the same. And they sound amazing for how small it is. You know, there's equalizers and sound customization options on the phone that tweak the sound. And I threw on one of my playlists from Spotify. Man, I had it rocking up in that Verizon store, man. People was up in there kicking it, you know. So big sound from a small little device. So that also adds to the performance of the device. I mean, it's just amazing just what these Moto mods are capable of doing once you snap them onto the phone. The projector, outstanding. I mean, just being able to project the image, you know, whether you're watching a movie or YouTube footage on the wall, up to 70 inches, I believe. That is crazy. It's $250 that I'm not willing to spend right now, but who knows what the future holds, man. So I gotta say, performance is stellar on this particular device. The build quality is stellar on this device. Feels really good in the hand. It's lightweight. We do have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right there. We've got a Type-C connector right there. Very fast charging. 0 to 70% in a half hour is no lie. No games, no lie. This phone charges extremely fast, which is a plus. If you need to get somewhere in a hurry, you don't got that much time, throw your phone on the charger for 15 minutes, you should be good to go. You should be good to go. Okay, now, the camera. I've already did a camera video for you guys to check out. We've got the selfie cam, a 5 megapixel selfie cam right here with the front facing flash, which is solid to have. And then to the rear, we've got the 12 megapixel shooter with the dual tone LED flash and laser autofocus. Take some really, really good images with those cameras. If you want to take a look at the camera quality more extensively, go check out the video that I did. It's called Moto Z2 Play, the camera. Okay, check that out. Now, additional features for this phone. As I mentioned, you got the Moto mods that add so much more functionality to this device. Okay, you've got 2 battery life ones. You've got the JBL speaker one. You've got the projector. You've got the Hasselblad camera, amazing. Okay, you've got the fingerprint sensor here, where you can do different things with it, and just completely take away the back, home, and the recents key right there. You can do all that. So if I want to get to my recents, I just swipe to the right. Okay. If I want to go back, I just swipe to the left. Okay. Little things like that that you can tweak just make the experience so much better on the device. It makes it fun. You know, that's different. That's a different touch. Okay. Now we do have the twist the wrist a couple of times to access the camera. Flick it again to put it in selfie mode. Okay. Let's go back home. All right. And then we also have the chop chop. Turn on the flashlight. You guys see that right there. Double chop. Flashlight turns off. Okay. That's pretty slick. That's pretty slick. So aside from those things, let's see. There's a Moto app here where is it at? Just want to show you guys that really quickly. So you got Moto Actions, Moto Display, and Moto Voice. So Moto Actions, you've got one button navigation, chop twice for flashlight, twist for quick camera. I just demonstrated that. Swipe to shrink the screen. Swipe down to the left or right to make the screen smaller for one-handed use. That's solid. Pick up the phone to stop it from ringing. Flip to do not disturb. Approach for Moto Display. So you'll see when you put the phone to sleep, there's proximity sensors on it so that when you approach it or get close to it, it turns on the screen. The little circle indicates your battery life. And then you've got your time and your date right there. Another thing that I like about the phone is if you get any kind of notifications, the notifications will pop up right here and you can just long press on those to see what they are. And then you can just simply swipe them away once you've seen them and you don't feel like you need them anymore. I mean, so, this phone, I mean, it feels, it's a stock, it feels like a close to a stock experience. Moto, they did implement a few things on there, but not a whole lot. But this screen is absolutely gorgeous. The Super AMOLED display, everything is, colors are bright, vibrant, crystal clear. Whoop. My bad, y'all. I had a little bumpy cam experience, man. I bumped the camera and my tripod fell over. There it is again. All right, let me get situated here. All right, y'all. My bad for the interruption. Back in now. So you've got a lot of things that you can really play with this particular device. Now, really quickly, let's go back to that Moto app. There it is, right there. So again, you've got Moto Actions, Moto Display, and Moto Voice. So under Moto Actions, you've got one button nav, chop twice for flashlight, twist for quick capture, swipe to shrink the screen, pick up to stop the phone from ringing, flip to do not disturb, approach Moto device to look at the display. Then you've got Moto Display. You've got Night Display, which if you hit that, then your screen will automatically adjust to warmer tones for better sleep for when it's darker. I tend to keep that off. And then you got Moto Display, friendly notifications fade in and out while the screen is off. Then you've got Moto Voice, which set up voice, enroll your voice to be able to control the phone using your voice. And then you've got Talk to Me, announce calls and text out loud when and where you choose. All right, then you've got your preferences. This is how you can set things up, help, privacy, and all that sort of thing. Okay, so there's some things on this phone that you can mess with, definitely. I've been having a blast. This is definitely one of my favorite phones, especially, getting it connected to the Moto mods. You're really going to have a blast with the Moto mods, literally. So, can I recommend this device? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Now, is this device for everybody? No. I tend to like things to play with. A lot of people are just more so into just a playing experience, which if that's the case, I mean, I guess you can use that phone for that. But it's like, if you're not going to take advantage of the modular aspect of this phone, it's like, why even have it? You know, I mean, it's a good phone without the mods by itself. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, the mods, they add so much more to the overall experience with the device. And so it's like, why even have the device if playing around with the mods aren't something that you're going to be willing to explore? So that's what I mean. I feel like it's a good phone overall. I mean, it's got a nice, snappy new processor within the Snapdragon 626. Battery life is marvelous. Okay, we've got a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. I know that it's a smaller battery than last year's iteration of the Moto Z Play, but this battery still lasts all day. All day. I mean, no exaggeration when I say that. I'm talking about taking it off the charger at 5:50, 6 o'clock in the morning, and 10 o'clock at night, I still got like 70% battery life. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm thinking, you know, just the combination of how this battery is optimized along with a moto mod. If you've got a moto mod, oh man. Like a battery mod, you wouldn't have to charge this battery on this phone for days. Literally. All right. So I can definitely recommend this phone to everyone. The phone has been nothing short than stellar. I'm very impressed with the performance, the build, the quality, especially now that I've finally played with the Moto mods. I'm blown away by that. There's excellent technology that Motorola is doing here. I mean, they're really on to something, and they're really making a killing with these phones and these modular components that you can just snap on to the back. And it's just so easy to do. I mean, literally, all you do is just snap it onto the back. When you're done, you just peel it off. It's just as simple as that. It's not complicated at all whatsoever. So that's all I got here for the full pristine review for the Moto Z2 Play. Excellent phone in my personal opinion. One of my favorites so far in 2017. All right. If you guys enjoyed this video to any capacity, please like, share. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to support the movement here. If you know anybody that's looking for a device and they're just kind of up in arms because of all the options that they've got, share the video, because this may, you know, be the video to tip them off to lean in this direction or not. All right. And you guys already know, until the next time, definitely stay blessed, stay safe, get your lives right with God, get spiritually fit. We're clearly living in the last days, and keep it pristine in every aspect of your life. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. Much more to come. This is the Moto Z2 Play. This is the Pristine Review. I'm your man Pristine, bringing you the content. And we out. Until the next one, y'all. Yeah.